I don't see my face up yet. I'm supposed to, okay. So can you hear me? Okay. So thank you everyone for getting on the line tonight. We're so excited to share something that has profoundly changed all of our lives. And your hosts tonight are myself, Laura Siepko, JoJo Beddington, and Pam Clark. And we are thrilled that you are here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to work through some PowerPoint slides so you can just kind of get a visual of what we want to share tonight, okay? So let me share my screen here. Okay, there we go. I love to read this. Every person, all events of your life, and I can't wait, where is that? I got to change that screen. Are tied, I think, because you have drawn them there. What you choose to do with them is up to you. And I will have to say I'm so grateful that I made the choice to join the team that we're on. So what we're going to do tonight in this brief time is we're going to introduce a nutritional rebalancing program that promotes energy, weight loss, maximizes your workout results, get your body ready for summer, and if you choose, it can provide you residual income. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to give you a high-level overview of our company and the solutions that we offer, and we'll discuss a few of our personal health and wealth stories, and then you can decide, do you want to learn information? Do you want more information from whoever invited you tonight, or are you ready? So with that said, I'd like to start I'll try to make it brief with my story. I'm here tonight because Isagenix truly changed my life. A little bit of history. When I was a young girl, I was, God did not gift me with any athleticism. And I lived in a house of very thin people, but I always struggled with my weight. And I was never good at any sports. So any sport that I tried, I quit almost immediately after. And I think because number one, I wasn't good at it, but number two is I didn't have belief in myself. So I grew up into a young woman, always kind of struggling to maintain my weight with somewhat of a poor body image. And so I exercised a lot. You know, I did step aerobics and things like that when I got into my 20s just to maintain my weight, but I did a lot of diets. So I did any diet that was out there, I did it. And I always failed because, as we know, diets aren't lifestyles, and you never have success on a short-term diet. But I did that for years and years and years and years. When I became 30, I kind of started to be a rookie athlete. I taught myself how to run. I learned how to swim in a neighborhood swimming pool. I taught myself how to ride a road bike. And so in my 30s, I was so grateful because I started actually to involve myself in doing 5Ks and 10Ks and even some short course triathlons. And I was so thrilled that I could complete them. And I didn't care where I placed, because I usually placed in the bottom. And that's okay, because honestly, in my mind, anyone who completes a race is a complete hero and winner, because you're out there working hard and you're dedicated to training. But everything changed when I was 43, and I'm almost 49 in a few weeks. But when I was 43, I was introduced to Isagenix, and my exercise regimen stayed completely the same, but my body changed. I had muscles that popped in my arms. I went down 2 sizes in my clothing. I had energy. My workouts just were thriving, and I was just so much stronger athletically that I actually went from like just finishing races to winning races and being on the podium in my age group. So that's just amazing to me. But the most important thing is that I feel great, and that Isagenix has provided my family a nutritional foundation for wellness. And that's really why I'm here today. So I'm going to jump in a little bit about, why Isagenix and why this organization came to be. And it's because our society is sick. And many, many people in our society, in fact, in the United States, about 70% of the population are considered overweight. And that has to do with our environment. It has to do with us grabbing processed foods and just eating whatever we can get our hands on because we're so busy. It has to do with the pollution and then we're eating fruits and vegetables that are depleted because they're sprayed with they're farmed on soil that was sprayed with pesticides. So our society is sick because of the environment we live in. And we also just go, and go. We live in a society that being busy, and over busy is actually acceptable. And so people aren't sleeping, they're having anxiety, they're irritable, they don't have time with their families, and all of this stress can cause people to gain weight, and it can cause other comorbidities, heart disease, so many other things. And no wonder prescription medications are on the rise. And so much of this could be avoided if we just put the right stuff in our body. You also have to look at the deficiency of vitamins and nutrients. Like I was sharing with the soils that are treated with pesticides, we're just not getting what we need from our fruits and vegetables. But also, again, there's so much processed food out there that is not rich and nutritious. It's actually empty calories. It's nutrient deficient. So the combination of our environment, our crazy lives, and the deficiencies in our foods, that is causing us to not live a life of energy and abundance because we're not feeling at our best. And so many people are faced with this in the world, and that's where Isagenix came along. And Isagenix said, we want to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process create the largest healthcare and wellness company in the world. And you can see the values that our company has, and we are so grateful for this company. It's been around for 15 years. This year alone, we will reach $1 billion, and understand that in this 15 years, our company has sustained growth, which is truly unheard of in network marketing. In network marketing, we're recognized globally as the 26th top company in the world. And it really has to do with our leadership, and it also has to do with the fact that whatever we create, it's driven by what is needed for our health in the market. And the fact that we have an amazing research and development team that will produce products that are only pure and only health promoting.
Hey, Laura, if you have your notes sitting on top of your computer, I'm just going to have you move them off because you're on your microphone. And every time you flip, it's really, really loud.
Oh, okay.
And you can't hear that on your side, but we can hear it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Actually, I won't even use them. So
I didn't think you needed them, but I was just
I'm double checking. And here's the other thing. JoJo just popped on, and that was my last point, is that this organization has created, over 200 millionaires just by sharing the gift of health. And JoJo's actually one of those. So what is Isagenix? Isagenix is a solution that offers nutritional cleansing to help remove the toxins out of your body. It's a nutritionally based weight loss energy. It helps with energy and performance and in well. Isagenix floods your body with nutrients and makes you live well. And so it's food, it's safe for kids, it's convenient, and it's a holistic approach to wellness. And the great thing about Isagenix is that we provide solutions for what we saw in the market that people needed. Like I said, in the US, 70% of the folks are considered overweight. So a weight loss solution. We have a performance and energy solution. People who need more energy, we have a solution that we can provide them. Food that we can give them, nutrients we can give them to allow them to thrive. And performance, we just came out with over the last year some phenomenal performance products for athletes. We also offer just solutions that says healthy aging, but it's really just living well, aging well, living a life of health. And then finally, a solution, for wealth. Should you want to eat for free, or should you want to earn some income? We offer solutions for that as well. So these are just a few of the hundreds of products that we have. And I'm just going to touch on these very briefly because there are hundreds, but these are really our core. If you combine these and put these in your body will do marvelous things. The first one is the Isolene Shake. This is truly a full meal replacement. Full meal replacement that is filled with amino acids, it's filled with vitamins, it's filled with minerals. And I never thought a shake would fill me up, but by golly, I was shocked when I started using this stuff that it fills me up and I am full and I'm satisfied. And it is so clean. The whey protein in these shakes it's undenatured whey protein, and it comes from New Zealand. The cows are cheerful. They roam on free pastures. So it's the best protein on the planet. And we actually also came out with a dairy-free shake for those that can't have dairy. And we have made almost a mirror image of the protein for the non-dairy, and it's a pea protein. So people are getting the same results with the non-dairy as they get with the dairy shake. The other thing is the Cleanse for Life is amazing. When you do a cellular cleanse, you're just removing these toxins out of your body and doing what God created it to do is just to get those toxins out of your body, clean out your system. Like we change the oil in our car, we're changing the oil in our body. And at the same time, you're flooding it with nutrients. Ionic Supreme is what we call our happy juice. It's filled with plant-based adaptogens. And adaptogens, if you don't know, I mean, if you think about adaptogens, it's to adapt to the environment, what you're facing. It bumps up your immune system. It helps with your stress. It really balances your body. And then finally, our Ageless Essentials are vitamins, and we have them specific for men and women. So putting all these things in your body can really help you thrive. And when you do, these are many of the things that people experience, actually, maybe even more. I've experienced all the things on the list. But the research also speaks for itself. We have a ton of research that has been published, and this is a research paper that was published, and it was obese women. And what they did is half the population did the Isagenix 30-day cleanse and fat burning system, and the other did the American Heart Association Healthy Heart Diet. And what you can see is at the end of this 12-week trial that there was a significant difference, 56% more weight loss with the Isagenix population, 47% more fat loss, and there was twice as much visceral fat loss. Now, how do we know that? Because the researchers did MRIs at the beginning and the end of the study so they could actually look and measure that visceral fat, which is huge. The really exciting thing is that we had a researcher come to us and say, you know what, I want to see if I can do the same thing. So he pretty much mirrored this for 12 weeks. He had the same results. And then he said, we're going to go a step further. We're going to take this 60 more weeks out to really see if we have the same results and if these people can maintain their weight loss. Because if you remember at the beginning of this webcast, I said I did diets and they always failed. That's a diet. This is a lifestyle. And at the end of the study, after a year plus of time, the patient population, and he actually added men into it, so it was men and women, they had the same results. And so it's huge, it's landmark. And the amazing thing is the Isagenix subjects in this trial actually had more calories, but they had good calories. So that is the key thing behind it. So there's a ton of research behind Isagenix. We have papers on performance as well. And whoever invited you here today, they can obviously send you those papers if you're interested. So let's talk about real people. And I want Pam Clark to briefly share her story and her personal transformation with Isagenix.
Okay, well, most of my adult life, I've been overweight. I've tried many diets, low carb, you name it, South Beach. I won't even go into all of them, but I feel like I've been on a diet all my life. So last year, I had was recovering from an injury, and I'd picked up some extra weight, and I had run almost 900 miles by November. And I also lift weights, and I do yoga, and I try to balance it out. And also, I count my calories and track what I eat. But I found myself at the same weight as I was at the beginning of the year, and I was so frustrated. I mean, I was at my wit's end. So at the end of around November, I met Laura at a nutritional fair at the Y, and I jumped on to the nutritional rebalancing system, and within during Christmas time, I was able to drop 2 dress sizes, and that's while attending Christmas parties, Thanksgiving celebrations, my husband's birthday. I think I counted 7 Christmas parties that I went to, and I still was able to lose. So I was pretty thrilled about that. And I've gone on. I'm down a total of 15 pounds, which is phenomenal for me because I weigh less now than I did when I was in the 10th grade, which was over 30 years ago. And also, I've I've added some of the performance products, and I have set personal records in 5 out of 6 of my running races this year. So I'm really thrilled about that. So I met all my goals and surpassed them as well. So I'm starting to share. So yeah.
And Pam is a rock star. She's a total rock star, and I'm so grateful that I met her. And I will have to say that she's so inspiring. And she had said she's like in the best shape ever. I truly right now, and I forgot to share this, at almost 49, I am in better shape than I was in my entire life. And so at 49, I'm feeling good. Then I'll be turning 50 in a while, and I'll say I'm still feeling good. But Pam is one of thousands and thousands of stories. And I always love to hear everyone's story. And it's because we have systems that help people be successful. Isagenix provide systems that work. So not only food systems, but support and accountability systems. The IsaBody Challenge is a great team to get part of. You enroll in the challenge. You have a support group on Facebook, as well as other venues. You get free product at the end just for eating healthy food. Healthy Mind and Body is actually a virtual coaching program that Isagenix has put in place, and it's free. So it's amazing, all the tools. So you have all of these tools to be supported. And another system that is available is a system to really eat for free or earn income should you want to do that. And so I'm going to turn it over to JoJo, because JoJo is one of our Isagenix millionaires, and I'd like her to share a little bit about her story.
Well, thank you, Laura. And thank you, Pam. Thank you for sharing your stories. And it's been fun to watch your success and with the product. And so when I started with Isagenix, I said no at first, and then luckily it came back around so I could say yes. And I wasn't looking at it as a business opportunity. What I was looking at was the fact that I was a burned out, stressed out business owner with 3 locations. And what I thought would be my freedom ended up being my ball and chain. And so my stress level was very high. And so I really needed the product. And in going through a system and having amazing results, not only myself, but my husband also, I really saw that there was something here. And I started to just share with my friends, and on accident sort of started to make a little money and get my product paid for. And realized that this was more than just a diet, that this was a lifestyle, and it was such a profound change in us that we started to really share. I ended up selling my tanning salons and jumping in with both feet, and we have been able to, just by teaching people how to take their supplements here and have breakfast together, basically is all we do. We have been able to create time flexibility for ourselves, where I was able to give up my job, my job, sell my tanning salons, retired my husband from the electrical union, and now he's home, and we work this thing together, helping people transform their life, because we see things in a whole new way now. And this is a new, different economy. This is a peer-to-peer shared economy. And in this environment, the rising tide rises all boats. And we are just excited to be able to share what we know and help people that are ready to transform their life in every area. So thanks so much for asking me to come on and share my story. And it's great to see you all.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, everyone who got on. I want to share again one more thing. We're almost out of time here, is that I really love this slide because it talks about I'm really good at keeping promises for other people, but never good at keeping a promise to myself. So I looked at the 30-day system and made a specific promise to myself. So there's some reason why you decided to join us tonight, and we're so grateful that you did. And whatever promise you need to make to yourself, we are here. We are available to help you take that next step, whatever your personal goals are. And just thank you so much for your time. And whoever invited you tonight, they'll reach out to you, or feel free to reach out to them. But hopefully you gained some knowledge tonight, and you can decide, what your next step is. But we're glad we're here, and we would love for you to join us. So have a blessed evening. And those who are on the East Coast, you can now get your pajamas on and go to bed. So take care, everybody. Thanks again for being on.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank